Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. Please join me as we cut this palazzo pant trousers. I know you're interested. Now the first thing you do is you fold your fabric into two and then you mark out 2.5 or 3 inches from the tip. Just mark it straight down. You know what is used for later. It's actually for the hip. Let me not keep you waiting. So the next thing you do is you mark your crotch. Now let me explain how you get your crotch measurements. You ask your client to sit on the chair, so you measure from the waist to the surface of the chair. That's your crotch. Now you mark out your hip point. That's the position of your hip. So the next thing you do is you measure your waist from that line. Don't forget, all your measurements are starting from that line. So you divide your waist by 4 plus your 1 inch allowance, and then you connect the line from the waist to the crotch. You have an angle 90 there, and you sketch out your crotch. So moving forward, the next is your lap. It's on the crotch position that you measure your lap. You divide it by 2. Your lap is always divided by 2 plus 1 inch allowance. You do the same thing to your ankle. Your ankle too is divided by 2. Now it depends on how wide you want the ankle to be. So you divide it by 2 plus your 1 inch allowance. So you sketch it. You connect the line from the lap to the ankle. Now next is to take out our hip, to measure our hip. This is a high waist trouser, so our hip point is 9.510. So on that crotch, you measure your hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch allowance. So you see the importance of that allowance we marked out. That's because of the hip. Now the next thing is, when you pick your trousers, you see that the front is lower than the back. So you are slanting this towards the crotch by 1 inch. You're not cutting out 1 inch completely, but you are slanting it towards the crotch. So next you mark your pocket opening, which is 7 or 7.5. So you mark out your wrong side. I don't joke with this. I make some mistakes, so I don't joke with marking my right side, my wrong side. So next thing to do is to cut the back. This is what you do. You pick the front piece, place it on the remaining fabric folded, and then you trim out. After trimming out, you shift the front piece so that you get 1 inch allowance, 1 inch from the ankle area to the lap area. I hope you're understanding. From the ankle area to the lap area, you have 1 inch, and then from the lap to the waist, you're having 2 inches there. That's our allowance, because the back is always bigger than the front. In every dress you are making, that's how it is. In everything you are doing, the back is always bigger than the front. So after cutting it, you mark out your dart for the back of your pants. Most times is 5 inches from the side, not from your crotch area. 5 inches from the side. That's where I mark my dart. Yeah, it might differ based on the size of the person. When the person is too slim, most times I use about 3 or 4. But when the person is of an average height, I mark 5 from the side, and then you just notch it just the way I did. Mark your wrong side, don't forget. I've made some mistakes before, so it's as easy as that. I hope you learned something.